Morning. Welcome to my steamy Houston backyard. So glad you could join me today just to spend a daily time with God. I love to start my days by opening up God's Word and by just spending some time talking to Him, spending as much time as I need to just get on track for the day. You may only have a couple minutes in the morning. I get that. You may have young children and you're lucky to be able to watch this, and it's hard to even do that for 10 minutes. I get that too, believe me, I've been there. But Carrie and I have been trying over the last couple weeks to share with you how we spend time with the Lord, or just kind of what that looks like in our everyday. It's not done perfectly. It's not done, always to a certain minute and a certain formula. Instead, it's a time that we spend personally connecting with our Creator, just slowing down first of all, and then talking to Him and reading His Word. Now, have you ever used a map? I mean, like an old school map, a literal piece of paper that had a map of, say, Texas or Houston or whatever city or country you live in. For many of us, it's been a long time. It has for me. I mean, I use my phone or a nav system in a car. I really haven't looked at just a paper map in a long time. In fact, when I need to go somewhere new, I will put the address in my phone. I mean, have you ever done this? Put the address in your phone, and then you just take off, and you don't really have a real sense of where you're headed. All you know is, this is all you have to do. If you just follow this phone, if you just turn when it says to turn, if you get off on the exits off the freeway when it says to, if you do these things, you know you'll be there. I mean, we've become so reliant on our phones, on our GPS, our nav systems, that we don't even bother to try to figure it out ourselves, because we just know it's right. I know that the navigation system in my phone is going to do a better job of getting me where I want to go, probably than I would if I just tried to look at a paper map and keep pulling it out while I was driving. Well, guess what? In Psalm 119, listen to this verse. This is great, guys. It says, how can a young person live a clean life? By carefully reading the map of your word. And I would say a person of any age, of course, by reading the map of your word. This word right here, the Bible, is a map. This is a map. This is the thing that we need to get where we want to go. Do you want to have great relationships, a better relationship with your husband or wife? Do you want to know how to understand your kids and really speak into their lives? Do you want to understand your parents? In any relationship, in any job, do you want to learn how to handle money? Do you want to learn how to be a good worker, a good employee? Do you want to learn how to be a good boss? Do you want to, no matter what you want to learn, whatever you want to learn, it's in the Bible. There's information here. It's a map for life. A lot better than just having a map for roads. And all we have to do is rely on it. It's always right. Even more than my phone. Occasionally, I will use my phone, put in an address, and maybe there is road construction. Maybe actually the place has moved that I wanted to go to, and someone on the other end forgot to notify, change their address so that using a GPS, people will be notified. Sometimes it just flat out gives a wrong answer. It thinks a road is there that it's not, or maybe there's been a new road put in and that wasn't updated. Your phone is only as good as whoever entered the information or the latest update. And if your phone runs out of battery, you're in trouble. God's word is always true and always there for us. We cannot go wrong by following His word. It's as simple as that. So no matter what problem we're facing, no matter what fear we're facing, no matter what, as we start our day to day, is coming into it, no matter what you are thinking about, no matter what circumstance that you're struggling through right now, there is a map for you to get to where you want to be. If you are struggling today in a place of a hurt or anger, then this Bible, the words here, will show you where to go. If you are struggling in a relationship, it'll show you where to go. This map is your word, but it says, how can a person live a clean life? By carefully reading the map of your word. So I've told you how I like to kind of go along with the words and verses to make sure I've really caught the meaning. So by carefully reading the map of your word. So by carefully, well, carefully means I'm not just rushing through. I'm trying to I'm just covering ground in my Bible. No, I'm taking my time. Far better, I think, to read a couple verses and let it sink in, understand it, ponder it, and put it into my life, and then really practice it and have it change the way I live, than to say, okay, I just finished 5 chapters today in the Bible. What really matters is how much of it we apply to our own lives. So I encourage you to carefully read. Then carefully reading, that means, well, reading is implied that we should spend time reading. Now, I am all for listening. And, and I think it's awesome to have podcasts and different things. I try to listen to other people and read from other authors and as much as I can, but there is no substitute for reading God's word. There just isn't. And so reading the map of your word, and so we approach it like a map. In other words, when I open my Bible, I expect to find answers. And when I'm told directions for my life, it is expected that I will follow them. So also in Psalm 119, it says, I ponder every morsel of wisdom from you. I attentively watch how you've done it. So I'm pondering every morsel. I'm thinking about what his word says. Also in Psalm 119, it says, give me insight so I can do what you tell me. My whole life, one long obedient response. And isn't that awesome? Give me insight, Lord. So that's my prayer this morning. Lord, give me insight. Please give me insight so I can do what you tell me. My whole life, one long obedient response. I want my life to reverberate with what he has for me. I'm just following his directions. At the end of my life, I can say to him, Lord, I did what you told me to do to the best of my ability. I did what you asked me to do. But to do that, I need insight. I need wisdom because, Lord, I'm facing some stuff today and I don't know what to do. I don't know what words I'm supposed to say. I don't know how to help this hurting person. I don't know the right response. I don't know the right order to do things in, but yet you do. And so, Lord, please give me insight so I can do what you tell me. Now, the great thing about his word, one of the great things about his word, is that it is alive. And so my name may not be specifically written down in ink on these pages. It doesn't say, Christine Shook, today, call this person, do this. But it does tell me my priorities and what they should be. It does tell me which way my path should be. And when I pray and spend time with him, he tells me in my heart. He tells me in my spirit. And when I'm not sure, I just say, okay, God, this situation, I'm giving it to you. I'm not sure what to do, but I'm going to keep walking in the direction that you seem to be leading in. And if I am about to blow it, if I'm going to make a mistake here, please slam the door shut. Slam the door shut, Lord, because my goal is that my life will be an obedient response to you. Again, in Psalm 119, it says, I'm a stranger in these parts. Give me clear directions. Hey, do you feel like that today? I do. I need clear directions. And I'm a stranger in these parts. This world is not my home. This world is not your home. We were not created for this world. We are created to spend eternity with the Lord. This is a training ground. And when we approach it like that, it makes a lot more sense. The troubles, the hard stuff that comes in our life, this is a chance for us to obey the Lord. So I encourage you to read Psalm 119 today. It's a long one, but wow, so much good stuff. And don't just plow through it. You may just get a few verses in today and then want to pick it up again tomorrow. That's okay. Better to really understand and soak in what you're learning than to rush through, get finished, and not really feel like you heard from the Lord. So I'm praying for you today. I love you. God bless you. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Check in with us every morning at 8. And Carrie and I will just keep spending these times